Namaste. During a conversation with Nupur Chakraborty, we were discussing about how to recognize person who has realized something spiritually. Whether the person is talking about spiritual matters just after reading certain books, based on what he has read and heard of, or whether he is talking from his own spiritual experiences, direct spiritual experience, who has reached or touched or glimpsed state of the universal oneness. How do you understand that? Now we understand this when you see the person from close quarters, when you observe the behavior of that person, you would see that he is very open-minded. He wouldn't judge others. What matters is that you are a good person. That's all. Humility and goodness is what's needed to please this kind of a person. It wouldn't matter to them whether you are a Christian or a Hindu or a Sikh or a Jain or whatever. It wouldn't matter to them which tradition you are following. Just if you are a good person and you are trying to proceed spiritually, that's all that matters to them. Equality, we talk about that, but these people, they will practically show what equality is. Even he is standing on a platform when he is treated like a VIP, when he is somewhere in a gathering, spiritual gathering, even then, being under the limelight, he would be loving and caring towards people all around him. Whether economical status doesn't matter to him. Whether you are rich or poor, whether you are a minister or whether you are a auto rickshaw wala, it doesn't matter. He would be equally loving and caring towards everybody around him, even to the animals around him. And they don't wear any masks. These people, they won't, while talking, often you see people have a attitude or have a certain style about themselves, but these people wear no masks. They are not trying to impress you in any way. They are what they are. They are just simply what they are. And whether you like it or not, they are least bothered by that. So this innocence and transparency that you see, that would be unique. You wouldn't find that in anywhere else. These spiritually enlightened people would be also very empathic and at the same time very detached. I'll explain what I mean by that. It's that if there are people in front of him, when he sees the suffering and whatever he sees in front of him, he immediately empathizes with that. But again, when the context changes, when he is out of this context and when he is somewhere else sitting with some other people, immediately he would be again in that vibration. Whatever they show, like if he is sorrowful or joyful or angry or frustrated, it's in that context. When the context changes, immediately his vibration would shift. So it's like a transparent, it's like a clean mirror that reflects continuously wherever it is. So very detached also. So detachment, complete detachment, yet empathic. So that's a very unique characteristic that you find in them. And the characteristics of spiritually enlightened persons are that they always want the greater good. Vivekananda ji was setting up the Math and Mission, and he had bought the land and everything of Belur Math. When there was the plague in Calcutta, immediately he thought that I'll sell this land and I'll sell all the Math and Mission and all the properties, and I'll give all the money for the relief of people. See, they are always focused on the greater good. And again, Sarada we see greater than the greater good. Sarada Devi said, no, this mutt and mission, the land and everything, this is for the well-being of humanity for hundreds of years to come. So you can't do that. The mutt and mission has to stay, the land has to stay. And whatever you do for the plague relief, the collection, the money, the funds needed, that has to be arranged from whatever other sources. So you see the greater good, the greater good, the greater good. Guru Gobind Singh Ji, he didn't hesitate to, sacrifice himself, his kids, his 4 sons, all his followers, for the sake of defending, protecting Hinduism or Dharma, the community, the people. He didn't hesitate to sacrifice all of that. For spiritually enlightened people, they will do what is needed in the context, whether it be war, whether it be preaching, whether it be, they can do anything. After having reached enlightenment, what they want is, they just want to contribute in some way or the other to the evolution of humanity on earth before they leave. So they just want to give. And they will always be focused on the greater good or the greatest good in that context. They will be up for justice wherever they are. They will be up for the greatest good of humanity in whatever context they are. They are always moved by love. It's like they are love incarnated. The people who have touched that universal oneness, they are all love. Even when they are scolding, when they are angry, even that is coming up from their love. When they are frustrated, when they are yelling, when they are shouting, even if they are using abusive language, sometimes Neem Karoli Baba used to use abusive language, but then it's all for, out of love for the people. He knows in which way his devotees, the person in front of him, in which way they can be changed, in which way they can be bettered. It is for their well-being. It is always out of love that they do what they do. They say what they say. It's always out of love for the well-being of others. And I also want to say that people often think that whoever has reached enlightenment, it's almost like they would be as huge as a Buddha, or as shining as a Jesus or a Ramakrishna, Vivekananda. They would be something huge. It's not always like that. You see, the life purpose of different souls are different. The soul that has reached enlightenment, if it's a small soul, it will shine like a firefly. And a soul of a Vivekananda or a Buddha or a Jesus, when they have, when they reach that state, they shine like the sun. So, but the thing is, we shine. They all shine. It's nothing but the light of God that they reflect. Whether it's the firefly or whether it's the sun, they reflect the divine light. There is no ego in them. It's not whatever they do, whatever they say, it's not out of their own littleness, their own little ego. It's always how the divine guides them to do and say. We see other saints, and if they are exhibiting all kinds of emotions, then how do we know whether he has reached enlightenment or not? The thing is, even when they are exhibiting those emotions, you must understand that whether it stems from their own little personality, from their own egoistic things, or whether it's always for the greater good, for the other good. You see, a mother will scold a child, but it's for the sake of the child. It's for the well-being of the child. It's not for her own sake. So that way, any saint who has reached enlightenment, these souls, they always do things and say things for the sake of others, even when they are exhibiting anger or frustration, or they are scolding and yelling, and it's always for the sake of the higher well-being, the higher good, whether it be for the other people, or whether it be for the communal good, community, or whether it be for the good of nature, of the overall context, whatever it be. But it's not for their own sake, it's not for their own personal gain. So That's it. I hope it helps understand a little bit more. And I'm saying this when I have seen all the transformation within myself. And there's no way that you can go back again to your old self. And always, this not wanting anything myself, but wanting to feed others, wanting to make others happy, wanting to do something for others. Always, in every step, this quality also came to me, after this transformation. So whatever I said today is based on my own personal experience of transformation. So thank you. Namaste. Did you see the flowers? I sat here to show you all the flowers here. Namaste.